Hey there, beautiful. My name is Sandra Carmen, and welcome back to my channel. Today, it's about a conversation we need to have, one that might be life-changing and one that can stir emotions, one that, when truly understood, can redirect the way we see the world, the way we see power, the way we see each other. Because for too long, we as in the collective, we have been mistaken power for force. We have mistaken masculinity for domination. And in this confusion, we have lost sight of something essential, something sacred. Today is not about men versus women or judging good versus bad. It's a conversation about a depth of energy that we all know exists, about the forces that shape our world, about what happens when masculinity is trapped inside the walls of a power over paradigm, and how we can reclaim a new way forward, one that serves us all. I want to do this in a hopefully skillful manner by acknowledging that the current state of powerful men is not serving their sacred masculine potential. And just to be fair, I must add, it's not all men who are addressed here. It is a group of modern businessmen and influential individuals who are putting profit and ego satisfaction over everything else. No price is too high to pay. Their benefit is more important than the well-being of others. And I want to make this about truth, about love, about compassion, and about understanding what healthy masculinity and femininity actually mean, beyond the stories we've been told and beyond what we are fed on a daily basis by a deeply hurt society. The power over paradigm distorts true masculinity. We live in a world where power has been shaped by control, by dominance, by a system that doesn't seek harmony, but advantage. And this is what I call the power over paradigm. The idea that we need power over another, over people, over land, over systems, over truth itself. And I mean capital T truth, the realest thing you can possibly imagine. And human beings actually assume that they have the greatness to bend and mold the truth to their liking. But here's the thing. This is not what the sacred masculine is meant to do. It is not true masculinity. The world confuses masculine energy with oppression, with greed, with war, and I understand why. Because history shows us countless examples: witch hunts, colonialism, industrial exploitation, the stripping of nature for profit, the control of bodies, and the silencing of voices. The patriarchy has defined itself through force. But what if we remember collectively that it's not masculinity that is a distortion of masculinity? It's masculine energy forced into an unnatural mold, separated from its true nature. And where does that leave us as women, as people, as a society? It leaves us in a state of deep imbalance. And every woman who has stepped into the modern workforce has felt this firsthand. The world of business, of tech, of finance, it is structured on brute force. Competition, extraction, expansion at all costs. Masculinity in its most aggressive, disconnected form. And yet, masculinity itself is not the problem. The sacred masculine has a hidden truth of power. Because masculine energy is meant to protect, to guide, to create safety in order so life can flourish. It's like the riverbank that holds the water being the feminine, creating boundaries for her never-ending creative flow, holding space, providing the container for her, so to say. Masculinity is the tree that stands firm against the storm. the foundation that allows expansion, not through force, but through integrity. But today, masculinity is often reduced to half of itself. It's been severed from its higher purpose, its sacred nature, and instead of standing as a protector, it has become a conqueror. Instead of leading with wisdom, it leads with fear, covered up with big ego confidence. And it's not just an issue for men, of course, it affects all of us. I recently listened to a talk by Pat McCabe, a woman of the Dene Nation, one of the largest Native American peoples of the United States. And I would say in her teacher and truth seeker role, she described our world that has been built on this power over paradigm and how we need to shift it, how we need to reintroduce yin organizing principles, bringing harmony, more intuition, more collective wisdom, and the sacred feminine balance. Just the sacred feminine to balance the masculine. And of course, that resonated with me. That's what I have been feeling and I have always been noticing. So it touched me deeply when she spoke about how the modern tech industry, a place filled with immense power, has completely ignored indigenous wisdom. How decisions are made through an extractive mindset with no thought of the human spirit, of the interconnectedness of life, of the future beyond profit, how even the people creating the technology that shapes our world are out of balance themselves. It is so important, in my opinion, to challenge ourselves now, to reclaim our authority, to step back into balance, to understand that power doesn't have to come at the cost or expense of others. Nature can thrive, so we can thrive with it and without destroying our base. And I am here to exist in this collective space that is healing, that is moving forward right now. I keep asking myself, how do we shift? How do we move out of this paradigm of power over and into a more sacred masculine, into alignment? And what I keep hearing is start with awareness. Stop seeing masculinity in the patriarchy as the enemy and instead recognize that we are fighting a distortion of power. Then you find it easier to allow space for a healthier masculinity to emerge. And then I am invited to redefine leadership. Leadership is not dominance. Leadership is vision, service, and the ability to hold space for others to rise. There's a difference between leading someone and being a leader. And I'm saying that from an energetic, emotional standpoint. So try to follow me here by feeling into the quality of a leader and then someone who receives this title without embodying its qualities. It's a massive difference. Leadership. Leaders who integrate both masculine structure and feminine wisdom, who build not just for profit, but for longevity, for community, for the generations to come. And then if I keep tuning in, I hear the following. We must heal individually to then heal collectively. So each of us carries wounds from this imbalance, whether we are aware of them or not. The overworked woman who feels she has to prove herself, or the man who has never been allowed to show softness or emotions. The business owner who feels trapped in a system of competition and inequality. And healing these wounds within ourselves is the first step to heal them in the outside world. So it reaches deep, all the way back into early childhood and infancy. And this is the work. The deep, necessary, transformative work. And if you're here watching this till the end, thank you so much, by the way. I know you feel it too. The longing for something different, the desire for something truer. And I honor that. I honor you for that. And I want to thank Pat McCabe for inspiring me, for bringing the spark that ignited inside of me to remind us here today that the shift is necessary and it is possible. And I want to explore this deeper with you. If you feel called to step into this conversation in your own life and you feel like a one-on-one coaching session with me would be beneficial, this work is helping all women, all leaders, all change makers out there to step into their power in a way that this is rooted in balance and in truth and in real leadership. So come through, reach me on one of my social media channels linked below. And if you're looking for a way to align your life and your business with your body's natural rhythms as a woman or non-binary person with a cycle, Cycle Aligned, my new online course, is probably made for you to work, to rest, and to create the life of your dreams. I invite you to explore these options if you feel called to do so. And with a lot of respect and compassion, I am inviting you to jump on board, to comment below how this touched you, how you feel right now. And I will hopefully see you next week in the next video. So much love to you. Thank you again for being here. See you soon.